Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of the SEGA News Bits. I'm your host, George. With me is Barry.
Hey mister, wanna wrestle?
Yes, I do want to wrestle. But first, we got to talk about Shenmue HD 1 and 2 remakes, whatever you want to call them. All the proof we have. You know, it's been a while since Sega's been teasing this, and there's a lot of stuff that happened. This whole rumor probably started all the way back in 2010, E3 2010, when Sega of America decided to bring back the Dreamcast. And they were giving out shirts in E3. We did a contest on our site. It was the first year our site existed. Sega was nice enough to give us swag, and we love them for that. But they said that they were going to bring back a lot of Dreamcast games, and I think they launched with 4 games. It was Space Channel 5 Part 2, Sega Bass Fishing, Sonic Adventure, and Crazy Taxi?
Yeah, I believe that was it, yes.
And they were kind of not, I mean, they were kind of sloppy ports. They were really fast ports, and people didn't like them. I think Sega kind of went back on their word. They even teased at the time that they were going to do like 10 titles per year. It was something ridiculous. I mean, they weren't taking that much time on them. They teased Skies of Arcadia and Shenmue repeatedly. They said that, and then a little bit after that, they decided to, you know, relax. And then they did right, and they released Jet Set Radio. I think that was the last Dreamcast port that we got. And it was well done. I mean, they did a lot of work on it, and they took fan feedback. I guess it didn't sell as much as Sega of America wanted, so the projects were probably put on hold from there on. But now that Shenmue 3, I guess, got announced at E3, we got more news, so I want to go through all the news leading up to today on these Shenmue HD remakes. And I want to start on May 22nd, 2014. Sega renewed the Shenmue trademark, which is an important, like, aspect of it, because they could have just let it die and never do anything with it again. And then in June 15, 2015, Yu Suzuki's team announced Shenmue 3 on Sony's E3 stage. Everybody knows this, and they launched the Kickstarter, and now we're gonna have a third game. We only waited decades. And then on May 11, 2016, Dan from Sega Europe's Sega Central said the following.
With regards to Shenmue 1 and 2 HD, of course we would love to release these tomorrow. Sadly, it's not as simple as porting the games to the current platforms, as we will need to ensure that any HD remaster lived up to the quality of the original titles. And with games as immersive as Shenmue 1 and 2, there are further complications from licensed products that were included in the original games. That said, we'd love to do it, and are currently investigating how to make it a reality.
September 2nd, 2016, Sega Europe's boss Jürgen Post said that Shenmue 1 and 2 have their full attention. His quote was, "There is definitely a desire to go back to classic games. Even online, people are constantly talking about products that they would like to see come back, and Shenmue 1 and 2 are probably the top 2 places. We are looking into it. It is an old IP, it is a beloved IP, and not just by consumers, but also within Sega. We have people saying if we do Shenmue 1 and 2 all over again, we definitely go for it. The issue is it's a big game, it is a project from many years ago. If we were to do it, we want to do a fantastic conversion to current platforms, and there are a lot of licenses in the game, which have been cleared many years ago, so we will need to renegotiate the contracts. We are looking into it. We haven't given it a green light, but it has our full attention." That's probably an important announcement, I guess, in this whole rumor thing. And then in September 7th, 2016, Sega Europe registered 3 Shenmue names. This is like a few days after he said that. ShenmueHD.com, ShenmueRemaster.com, and misspelled ShenmueGame.com. And then in February 16th, 2017, Rice Digital, an online shop who has previously leaked Atlas games, said that Shenmue 1 and 2 HD remasters are in the works. They're coming by the end of the year and on PC, which, if you look at all the Sega Europe releases, it makes sense. They've released it on PC. You know what I mean? They've been constant on that. And then we have May 17, 2017, this month, CEO of Just Add Water said that the Shenmue remasters are real. And if you guys don't know who Just Add Water is, it's a independent UK developer that is known for the remasters of the Oddworld series. So they're also from the UK, which is where Sega Europe is from. And then a few days ago, Sega Europe just announced that they promoted James Shaw to VP of Digital Games. And I guess that's where we're at right now. What do you think about all this? And do you think that Sega's actually working on the Shenmue 1 and 2 HD remasters, or you think it's a bunch of fake news?
Well, I think where there's smoke, there's fire. I definitely believe that the project started probably back in 2010. They started getting the ball rolling, and then either things got caught up in licensing, or they did that test run with the first 4 games that didn't do well, or they just realized it was too much work. I mean, remember, Sega in 2010, they were making some great decisions, but they were also coming off of a lot of really bad decisions, and so it's... like, I could see them starting the work then and then canceling it. I don't think they had a version completed at any point before this year, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anything was shelved to the point where it was, like, fully playable. However, you know, you look at how they converted Sonic Adventure, Sega Bass Fishing. I bet it was a really cheap port.
Yeah, me too. That's what I think too, yeah.
And they probably, quality control looked at it, because you remember Crazy Taxi came out and a lot of people were complaining about the music. The music wasn't the same, and even, you know, Sega admitted that as much. They were like, you know, moving forward, we're going to do the music right. And you saw that with Jet Set Radio when the trailer launched. I think they made it a point in the trailer to say that it had almost all the music. It was missing like 1 track, I think. So...
Yeah. I also think that they probably cut a lot of content out, like branded content. So I think they probably shelved it when all the negative reviews and feedback from fans came back from Crazy Taxi.
Right, yeah, KFC was gone, Foot Locker. And I mean, that was part of the charm. They go, take me to KFC, you know.
I agree.
Now, having said that, Shenmue does have a lot of... branded stuff, but remember the Western release, they got rid of that and no one cared. Like Jet Soda replaced Coca-Cola, no one batted an eye. And if anything, Jet Soda became, I think, sort of, you know, kind of synonymous with the series. I think it's kind of fun when they use, you know, fictional products. It's not gonna kill me if the Zippo lighters don't end up in the game. You know, they can call them Whippo.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I think also that it was canceled. I think it was not that far ahead as most people think it is. And I think when Shenmue 3 got this whole hype at E3, Sega Europe probably said, okay, now we have to look at doing the HD remasters. And I think from that day forward, they were probably working on them or getting people to work on them. And if Just Add Water makes them, it's actually not really that shocking if you think about it. They have a good track record. They're from the UK, and they're close to Sega Europe, so it just makes sense.
Definitely.
Especially since Sega has been saying going forward since 2014 or 15, whenever they got the new management, that they've been wanting to establish relationships with new companies that are of high quality. And I think Just Add Water kind of fits that whole motif.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess just wait and see. They are taking a long... I think Shenmue 3 is going to be delayed. I don't think it's releasing this year, which I think is good news for Sega, because then Shenmue 1 and 2 HD could release easily early 2018, and it still wouldn't step on Shenmue 3's toes.
Some people believe that Shenmue 3 is going to come out in the end of 2017, and it's not going to happen. People misread the update on the Kickstarter. They said they're going to start full-scale development this year. Not that it's coming out this year, so keep your expectations low on the release date. If you guys want a good game, you're gonna have to wait for it. What do you guys think about all this proof? Do you think the game's coming out soon? Do you guys think it's coming out before 2017? If it's only on PC, would that kind of get you guys mad? Do you guys want it on console? And do you guys want a physical version? Let us know in the comments below.
And do you want to play a game of Lucky Hit?
Yes.